it's just stagnant. So one of the things that you get in Dubai is that your property is going to appreciate very fast. Like you also, the ROI is very good. You're getting at least 7% average. So 7% average on your return on investment.
Yes.
And also capital appreciation is very, very good. For like people who bought in 2022, 2023, like 2020 post-COVID, they've made a lot of money. People who bought villas in Dubai Hills, they were buying these villas for 20 million or even less. Like I know someone, he's a South African, he bought maybe the townhouses for 1.8. By now they already selling 0.8. By now they already selling at 6 million dirhams. So it's the ease of buying this property, the ease of selling this property. Like when you buy a property in Dubai, selling it is not going to be hard if you buy the right property. There are people who own properties in UK, my investors, and it can take you 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years for you to sell a property. If you buy a property in Dubai, if you want to dispose it, if it's the right property, it can take you anywhere between 1 month, 2 or 3 months for you to sell the property. And also the ROI, the return on equity, and the lifestyle, whatever you're getting in the building, it's attractive. It's very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, a lot of guys listening to you then are wondering, I mean, that's a fantastic return on investment, because like I do know what it is in Kenya. I mean, we've been stuck on something like 5%, especially if we go into apartments, and has been like that for quite a long time. So it's a place that investors are not really going into. So for someone who's listening to you now, I mean, where would you take them into? Would you advise them, once you come to Dubai, go into villas, go into apartments? What would you take them to, Doris?
So Dubai is very selective. Currently, the market now, the best properties are villas and townhouses, because Dubai is a very small city. It's a very small city. And land is not that there's land, but prime land is not that much. So for people who are buying villas and townhouses, it's usually like one of the best investments that you can make. So you're looking at like townhouses and villas, the capital appreciation is anywhere between 60%, 70, 100% and above.
Ooh,
this is like one of the best.
That's huge, Doris.
Yeah, within 4 years, like this is within 4 years, this is what you're looking at. And also, like, you know, most of the families that are relocating to Dubai, so many people are relocating to Dubai. When they come, most of them, they don't want to stay in apartments, unless it depends on the nationality. For like people who are coming from nationality, for like people who are coming from Hong Kong and other places, like where they used to stay in apartments, they want apartments. But for the maybe like GCC people, Indians, most UK, they want to have a home. So homes are usually like where people are making money, so townhouses and villas. And then also branded apartments. So there are so many apartments in Dubai. People don't want just an apartment. Dubai having a swimming pool, gym, you know, cinema place, this is normal. People want something that is different. So for branded apartments, it's doing very well, but it depends on the brand, and it also depends on the developer. And also maybe waterfront communities are always doing well. Because, you know, you just want to wake up and go to the ocean, enjoy yourself and go to work. You feel like you're living in a resort or you're on holiday, you're not even working. So it depends on what you're buying, honestly. It has to be something very good and very unique, not something that everyone can get. So villas, townhouses, branded apartments, waterfront communities, this is what is mostly in demand in Dubai right now.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let's look at some numbers here this morning. And this is an international report that we were referring to. But if you look at what Dubai recorded, it did record about 91,900 residential transactions as of 2025. And if you go into what this represents, it represents a 23% rise in volume and 36% rise in value compared to the same period in 2024. I mean, Doris, you can see that when we're talking about the Dubai market, in this area for residential transactions, it's a market that is
tu taarifa zinapochipuka na kutufikia papa hapa kwenye makao makuu ya chumba cha habari cha runinga ya Look Up. Kwenye taifa, kwenye serikali, kwenye bunge, tunajitosa hadi kwenye sauti ya wenyeji ili kupata tu maoni ya wenyeji kuhusu masuala haya yanayochipuka.
Maana hii kitu inaenda kuumiza Mkenya kwa tax.
Hakuna kitu tunafurahia. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sisi tunaumia, si ati tunaumia ile ya kiukweli. Juu maisha ni ngumu.
Na bila shaka tunapata maoni yao ili sauti yao ipate kusikika. Na watasema hili, waseme lile, watasema hiki na waseme kile, almuradi sauti yao ipate taa.
Mambo ya mafuta tena imekuwa ni changamoto zaidi kwa kila mtu, kwa bodaboda.
Uchumi ikikuwa stable, tunaamini mambo itakuwa sawa sawa.
Kwanza liko na ria wasa wa boda, mama mboga nini. Hao sasa ndio wamefinywa zaidi man.
Mpenzi mtazamaji, hii ni bunge la wenyeji.
Save a Life is a non-profit organization that has taken the front line in transforming lives in the entire country. So far, we have transformed life of over 100,000 people through our programs, which include medical support, youth empowerment, street family program, feeding program, and climate change. Join us today as we transform lives. As we always say, service to humanity is service to God. Save a life, transforming lives.
I recall the doctor telling me that day, he said, "Sarah, I'm sorry about what happened to you, but you see, life happens. You would have to learn to work with your hands. Depend on your hands more."
And today, if you're going through anything that you do not understand, just call on this name, Jesus, and he will save you.
I realized I loved music when I was about 7 or 8. I used to puff my cheeks and play the 12-bar blues. Like I'd walk around the house doing like...
Why do we need the Holy Spirit?
I mean, if you look at what Jesus said when he was leaving, he said he is going and that he will send the Holy Spirit as our helper.
So God knows everything since the end, from the beginning, has a plan for your life. So to find that plan for your life, you must find God. When you find God, you will know the path for your life.
All right, welcome back to Look Up TV. We're still on with this conversation for understanding the property market in Dubai. As an international investor, this is the place to go. And we're still seated with Doris, just talking about the numbers and understanding what is good about the Dubai property market. Now, Doris, here are some numbers that we got from the Fitch report. And this is what we're talking about in the residential transactions in the first half of 2025. There were already 91,900 transactions that were worth around 262 billion AED. And this essentially represents 23% rise in volume and a 36% rise in value compared to the same period in 2024. Just let's look at these numbers first before I talk to you about off-plan transactions as well. I mean, Doris, you look at them and then you're like, this is a very vibrant market. It's a market that is always growing. Is that what is on the ground and what is driving this growth, Doris?
So what people want to do in Dubai, so the government, so the way Dubai is run like a business. So they want to know where they want to be in the next 10 years, 20 years. And when they do business, they do business. So the government is pushing Dubai to be one of the best cities, actually the best city for people to live in the next 10, 15 years. So people want to be here. And Dubai is very safe. Dubai is very clean. There's so many opportunities. You can do your business without any issues. So they're doing so many reforms when it comes to visa. So people are getting golden visa, they're getting retirement visa, influencers are getting their visas here. Like, it's just a nice place for people to be. If there's an economy that people to be, if there's an economy that is working currently, it's the Dubai economy. You look at other places, UK, Germany, Europe, and all these other places, the economies are struggling. But Dubai seems, especially when COVID happened, when other cities were busy being closed, Dubai, within 4 months, they had done everything. They had cleaned the city, people had gotten their injections, and the country was open, and they were pumping money to be able to help the city reopen. So from that time, people have seen like this is a good city, that it's forward thinking, it's growing. So this growth is a real growth because of the people that are relocating here. So like this year, there's expected about 160,000 to 200,000 people moving here, out of which maybe 7,000 are going to be millionaires and billionaires. These are people coming with their money from whichever part of the world they're coming from. Dubai, we're getting so many people relocating from Europe, from UK, especially UK. A lot of people from UK are moving here because there's very high taxes. When you buy a property there, you're paying so much taxes on the rent that you get on the property. And Dubai, once you pay whatever you need to pay, your service charge, whatever amount you get net to you, it's your money. No one is asking you even 1 shilling or whatever. No one is asking you your money. So it's the ease of doing business, it's the lifestyle, whatever amenities you get in a property, they're proper. Like, it's very good. It's very good.
That's it. So yeah, let's talk about an area which I think you'll be much interested to talk about.
Yeah.
Within the Simpson report, they're talking about off-plan transactions that reached about 37,000, with apartment sales up 19% year on year, and villas up nearly 29%. You can see what is driving that market. Off-plan transactions are also growing at a very high rate. 37,000 out of the 91,900. It's as if more and more people are going into off-plan transactions. Could you talk about that?
So Dubai is a future city. Dubai is a future city. So Dubai is the city of the future. So most of these properties that are being launched are not even properties that are going to be consumed now. So the government already has a plan to make sure that maybe by 2040, the population is up to 5.8 million people. Currently, we are about 3.8 to 4 million people. So you're looking at about 200,000 people moving to Dubai each year. So when all these people come here, because they're attracting people to come here, they want this city to be the best city in the world. If it's going to be the best city in the world, there'll be all these people coming from all over the world. When they come here, where are they going to stay in? So currently, the demand for properties in Dubai is about 50,000 houses each year. Because the people who are already here, who got jobs and they've settled, people like us, they came here, you've settled, you've saved some money, you have some deposit and you want to move to your own property, you buy from whatever is within. But also there are tourists who are moving here. There are people who are moving here. And number 3, also short-term rentals, or Airbnb it's very high in Dubai. So all these people want to get properties, and people who are coming here also want to rent properties. So the demand is still very high.
Pretty much. Let's keep on looking at these numbers, and this is why I want you to speak from the experience that you have on the ground in Dubai. Let's look at what the Fitch report also is indicating in terms of what the market was able to deliver. If you look at the amounts of, if you look at the units that were delivered in the first half of 2025, there were 17,200. There's another, just like you're projecting it, 50,000 to 60,000 expected to be delivered within the next 1 year. Well, other studies are also estimating that because of the demand on the ground, there could be around 73,000 new units that will be completed within the year. Let's talk about the supply. Do you expect for it to continue growing? And for the skeptical investors who say, well, an oversupply might not be really good for later business, what do you have to talk about that, Doris?
So one, the average number of houses that are handed over in Dubai are usually like 40,000. This year we're expecting about 45,000. So yes, all these properties are supposed to be handed over this year, but there is delay. These properties, they're not all going to be handed over this year. It's just a number, but they're not all going to be handed over. So the number of properties that are going to be handed over this year is an average of 45,000 houses. And then number two, like I told you, the average number of houses that are needed every year in Dubai is about 50,000. This is for the people who are internally in Dubai who are buying properties. And I'll tell you this, the majority of the properties that are sold to people who are already living in Dubai.
That's it.
60% of the transactions are already going to the people who are living in Dubai. So this shows that already people who are here, they are confident. And only about 40% is bought by international investors.
Pretty much.
And yeah, and like we're not going to get all these handover 91,000. These properties, most of them are delayed or something. So the number of properties that will be handed over is 45,000, which is still less than what is needed in the market. So we need about 50,000 houses this year to be able to be absorbed by the people that are relocating to Dubai. Either they want to buy or they want to rent. Also for the people who are in Dubai who are looking to buy or rent as well. And also for the Airbnb business, all these people that are doing short-term rentals, which is booming in Dubai, they're also part of these 50,000 houses that are being that are in demand.
Pretty much. More numbers that we have to make sense of this morning, Doris, if you can allow me as well. And let's look at, yes.
That's why I usually tell people to come and physically see Dubai, because people have misconceptions. Before I came to Dubai, I used to think everyone wears like the thing and all that. But Dubai is it's a very simple city. It's very free and there's a lot of freedom. Once you come here, you're able to understand like whatever we're trying to explain.
That's it. Now let's talk about the off-land projects that currently make around 59% of all the property sales in Dubai, while the luxury segment, which includes homes worth over 20 AED million, grew by around 47% in the first half of 2025. From where you're sitting this morning, Doris, what segment would you say is the best one to get into right now, and what are some of those reasons?
So this is a very tricky question. So the average properties, like the majority of transactions happen between 1 to 2 million dirhams. This is the majority. These are places like Jumeirah Village, Sako, Al-Jan, like you get so many people buying between 1 to 2 million dirhams, because then you can get maybe a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, or even 3-bedroom for this price range. But like if you're looking to make money, so this is the highest transaction, 1 to 2 million dirhams. This is the 39% of the transactions are within this price range. But for people who are looking to make money, the sweet spot is between 3 million to 5 million dirhams.
That's it.
So for the people that are moving to Dubai are wealthy. Majority of them, they have money. They don't want to come here and struggle. So they're looking for a property that is not too cheap, but also not too expensive. They're looking for space. After COVID, no one wants to stay in a very tiny apartment and you have like so many neighbors. So they're looking for space. They're looking for something that is not too expensive, and they're also looking for something that is not too cheap. Yeah. So a price point for someone who has money, a price point of between 3 to 5 million dirhams, that's a very good spot to start with.
Pretty much. Let's talk about this.
Capital appreciation. Yes. And also capital appreciation. If you buy 1 million, like how much are you expecting for that property to appreciate? Because it also depends. The more money you pump in, the more it makes sense. And also like the locations. So the locations for these 1 to 2 million dirhams, there are places like JVC and other places. These properties are only good for rental income. You get very good rental income. You get 9%, 10%, 11%. 8%, but when it comes to capital appreciation, it's very, very less.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'll take you back to what has been seen as a demand in real estate in other growing cities. People normally look at them as population growth. But when you go back to Dubai, this is what they're saying. Your population grew by about 5% in 2024. And this was supported by investor visas, tax incentives, and new residency policies, just like you have told us this morning. Now, what some experts believe is that this growth is driven by genuine demand, while others think it is speculative. I mean, just like we're speaking about this morning, your return on investment is going to keep on growing in Dubai. Doris, from what you said this morning, as a property expert and you're on the ground in Dubai, what do you think is the real reason as to why this demand is still existing in Dubai?
One, because of the government. The government, I told you, Dubai is run like a business. They already know where they want to be by 2040. And Dubai data, you don't even need to speculate or anything. You go to the website, Dubai Land Department, you go to Vision 2040, you get all the data that you want. The data is already out there for people to go and read. And then number two, like whatever this government decides they want to take this city, they always get there. So when they said they wanted to start Expo 2020, they did that. Like whatever target they give themselves, they usually do it. So the demand is genuine demand. Because if the demand was not genuine, then you'd be seeing a lot of international buyers buying because of the hype, and they don't know what's happening here. But I've told you the majority of the buyers are already people who are in Dubai. 60% of the transactions are done by people who are already in Dubai. And the businesses, it's very easy to set up your businesses here. It's very safe. The tax is not there for individuals. Like there are so many benefits for people to live in this land. And these are genuine demands. Like it's very, very genuine. If it was not genuine, like we launched properties like in our community called Grand Poro Resorts by Imar. The villas or the townhouses were about like, let's say 400. Out of the 400, you get the expression of interest of about 1,000 people. You look at properties like being launched in Palm Jebelani, people are already at the site by 5 a.m. trying to get a unit. If it was hype, then people wouldn't be buying this kind of properties. We usually sell villas. Like now we're launching villas in an Emar community called the Oasis. The minimum villa price is about 14 million dirhams. So 14 million dirhams, it's like how much? Let's say $3 million. And it gets sold out. Like we launch 400 properties, 500 properties within 1 week or within even 2-3 days, the whole thing is sold out. If it was not genuine demand, like these properties wouldn't getting sold out like very easily.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, in a robust market where real estate is this attractive like it is in Dubai, any international investor listening to you might be thinking, you know what, I want to venture into that market. And the first thing that I want to explore is the financing options that are available in the real estate sector in Dubai. Could you talk about the ease of financing in that sector for any other person interested? How easy is it to access financing for real estate?
So it depends on what someone wants to do with the property. So mortgage options are there for international buyers. Usually get between 50%, at least 50%. So I've done mortgages for South Africans and international clients. You get 50%. So long as your accounts are good, whatever you're doing back home is good, then it's easy for you to get a mortgage, about 50%. But usually if you're buying a property for investment, then you don't want to take a mortgage because a mortgage means the property is ready and you're just buying to rent it out. So whenever you buy a property in Dubai, if you're buying for investment, the best one is off-plan. Because when you buy off-plan, you're gonna get capital appreciation, and then once the property is ready, then you can start renting it out. If you buy something that is ready, you're already paying very high premium property on this property. So this property is only going to be for rental income. It will not help in any other way. So I was talking to an investor today. He bought a property in Arabian Ranches in 2022-23. He bought it for about 3.5. The same villa right now is going for about 7.58 million dirhams. So you as an investor, if you go buy this property, for 8 million dirhams, how much do you think it's going to appreciate? Like what's the growth? Like what other growth are you expecting from this property? Most likely you're gonna rent it out, you'll be getting 5% ROI or 6%, and that's the much that you're going to get. But when you buy in very good communities that are being launched now, be patient 4 years and then get your handover. At least minimum you'll be able to make 50% capital appreciation. And then also like for off-plan, usually you get payment plans. So you're not paying all the amount at once. So you're paying 20%. Some of the developers give you 1% per month, but these are smaller developers. But for big developers like Nakil, Miras, Damak, and other big developers, Imar is my favorite. So those ones you're paying 10% every 6 months. So every 6 months you do 10%. So it means it's 20%. So for someone who can be able to do their maths and know in the next 4 years they're able to get this kind of money, then off plan would be the best. And then also another alternative is buying in a good community properties that will be ready in like 1 year's time.
Yes.
Let's say you want, like you don't want to wait for 4 years. It's a long time for you to wait to make money. What I usually advise buyers is get a very good community. Okay, you need to come to property experts like us so that we're able to tell you which are good communities in Dubai. So once you recognize, like you choose a good community, then you look for properties that were launched like 3 years ago in that community, and then look for good deals, like someone who wants to sell in 1.5 years time. Maybe this person is short of money and they just want to dispose the property. Maybe they're selling it at 15% premium or 10%. Then this is a good property for you to buy, because you buy it, keep it within 1.5 years, sell it. I've done that. I've sold to investors who bought, kept it within 1.5 years, sold it, and they ended up making at least 50-70% return on investment.
It's a good thing you've mentioned
Yeah.
the next place what I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
I mean, there are investors who are not interested even in moving to Dubai, and they say, well, that's a really good market when you're talking about 50% return on your capital and investment. What if I just buy those properties for the sole purpose of liquidating them in a couple of months, in a couple of years to come? Talk to me about that. How quick is the resale rate of these properties in Dubai? How long am I going to sit with my property, Doris, before I come back to you and then you tell me it is ready for resale?
So one, you need to choose a good developer. If you buy with a bad developer, you're gonna stay with it for ages. It depends. It's just like any other place in the world. You need to choose who you're buying from. So you need to choose like a very reputable developer. Imar is the most reputable developer here. So you have Imar, you have Nakil, you have Miras, like the top developers. You have Damak. Miras, like the top developers. You have Damak. They already have track record. If I have a buyer who is in the US or UK or wherever, they've never visited Dubai, I tell them I have a property for Imar. Like it's already sold, it's already a brand. People already know that brand, so you don't need to sell them. So once you choose a good developer, number two, you need to choose in a good location. So location, it's just like anywhere else in the world. When you buy a property in Nairobi, you want to choose a very good location. So if the developer is good, the location is good, the property is good, definitely you're gonna sell it. It will take you a month to 3 months for you to sell that property. But if you buy a property that is not good, it's in podium level, it's not with a good developer, it doesn't have a good view, it's not, it's not a good property, then selling is going to be very, very tough.
That's it. I like the flow of this conversation, because you're mentioning locations. That's exactly what you've just spoken about right now. But then, from your own observation, other than location, Doris, what are some of these top mistakes that investors essentially make when they're coming into Dubai? And what are some of the worst cases that you've seen personally that you want to talk about this morning?
Oh, that's a lot. There's a lot. So what people buy because of the hype. Like you be told, buy this one, it's branded, especially branded properties. Like you get all these brands and then you go buy because it's branded. One, you're buying a very expensive property. Maybe the price that you're buying, the price per square foot is very expensive. And then number two, also choosing developers that are not reputable. You buy because of the hype. You're an international investor. You come here, you get this agent. They just sell you because they want to make very high commission. They don't care. You just go buy because you trust them and you go buy with them. And then also number three is buying the cheapest property. When people come to Dubai, they want to buy the cheapest property. when you buy the cheapest property doesn't mean it's going to make you money. Sometimes the cheaper it is, the more you're going to struggle to sell it or to rent it and all that. So I have a friend, actually it's a friend, he bought a property in 2023. I kept pushing him, like, buy something with the mark, buy something. And then he ended up buying with another developer. He bought a 1-bedroom for 1.3 million dirhams. Right now, even in resale market, the property is still going for 1.3 million dirhams or even less. Because where he bought the property, he bought properties whereby there are so many similar properties. So the competition is very high. And at the same year, I sold to someone else. Actually, the person that I sold to, he's from Africa. I sold to him a property of about 1.6 million dirhams from Imar. So the difference is about 300,000 dirham. The property for the person that I sold to Imar already, it's almost double the price.
That's it.
So sometimes buying a cheap property is not always the right thing. And also, don't go with the hype. Like, just sit and look for a trusted agent that can guide you. And they're not just after the commission. They want to make sure they send you something that is very good.
That's it.
And then when it comes to branded apartments, like, just go into details. Like, what do you mean it's a branded apartment? Because they can just brand the reception and write a big name, the brand, and that's it. Like, when you go inside your property, it's just a normal apartment. It just looks the same. So if it's going to be branded, what else am I getting? Is it going to help me or add value? And also, am I buying it at the right price per square foot? Because it can be branded, and a normal apartment is going for about 1.6 million dirhams, but I'm buying this one for 2 million dirhams. Do you think this one will ever get to appreciate to a higher amount? Like, are you buying at the right price per square foot?
That's it. Good thing. We have 8 minutes left for this conversation. I want to use these 8 minutes properly. Every other time somebody goes in and looks at these reports online and says, well, I don't want to talk to the likes of Doris. I just want to go in, do my own research, and then get into these markets. Guess what they're going to meet? In terms of locations, they're going to meet Palm Jumeirah, Dubai Hills, Creek Harbor. They'll be told that these are the places you need to go to. Could you speak to about these places in just a minute? What makes them prime in Dubai?
What? I didn't get your question.
What makes them prime locations for property in Dubai?
Because of the scarcity. Palm Jumeirah, who doesn't want to live in Palm Jumeirah? It's very beautiful. So people like staying in communities. So Dubai Hills is by Imar. It's a beautiful community. It's golf course. You have the cheapest property you get in Dubai Hills, 1-bedroom. Right now we're selling for 1.6. You get villas going for 250 million dirhams.
Yes.
So Dubai Hills is like the Beverly Hills of Dubai. And then Dubai Creek Harbor, it's a very beautiful city that is coming up. About 200,000 people will be living in that city. So what makes a community prime is all. It's the uniqueness of the community, it's the scarcity of the property in that community, it's the location, it's the developer, it's the amenities that are in that location. So definitely Palm Jumeirah, there are not many properties in like similar communities in the world, like an island, Palm Jumeirah.
Yes. Very much. Let's speak about some things that people overlook when they go to these markets, and each market is unique when it figures out its costs and procedures and even taxes that are associated with these properties. From where you're sitting this morning, Doris, I mean, we're not going to talk about all the costs that are associated and procedures that are associated in getting properties in Dubai, but what stands out for you that this, as an international real estate expert, this stands out in Dubai, and somebody has to know about it as an investor when you're coming to get a property in Dubai?
Like that in terms of cost?
In terms of costs and procedures, what stands out for you?
So it's very easy for one. It's very easy for one. You need to like it depends on why you buy the property. Are you buying as an end user? Are you buying as an investor? So once you establish whatever purpose you're buying the property for, then it becomes easy. Then number two, when you come to Dubai, you need to know if you're an investor, like which are the best locations for you to buy the property? If you're buying as an investor, who are the best developers for you to buy properties from? Like, what is the market, what is in demand in the market? If you're an end user, like where do you want to stay? Do you want to stay near schools? Do you want in a place where there's a hospital? There's a place where you can go to a mall? Is there a park? So you need to first of all know the purpose for the property. Once you know the purpose for the property, you can get a good agent that is going to guide you, because Dubai is very fast and there's so many properties. You're gonna get confused. As we are agents, and we usually get confused because there is usually a property launch like every week. Every week there's like 5 to 10 developers that are launching something. So you get very confused. You need someone that can hold your hand and guide you. But you need to first of all do your research. Like, I'm buying this property as an end user. This is my budget, the maximum that I want to spend. And then from there, I want to be, do I want to be in downtown? Do I want to be in beachfront? Do I want to be far from the city? Where do I want to be?
An investor listening to you right now as we speak, and they have a minimum budget of $465,000 US dollars, and they're like 465K. And they're like, you know what? I'm not a retail investor. I'm just an individual investor. I want to go and start investing in Dubai, in this real estate market. Where would you advise them to start from, and why?
So the average property price minimum starting is about $450,000. So 300,000 USDs on the lower side, you still get properties. So most likely you're gonna get properties in a place like JVC, Jumeirah Village, Sapo. You get a property in Aljan. You get places like 20 minutes from the city. But like I mentioned, these properties are only good for rental income. They're not going to give you good capital appreciation. So if you're looking for good capital appreciation, go to good developers. Imar, the minimum you'll get is 460. This is the minimum you'll get for a property. For a townhouse, the minimum you're selling right now is about 900,000. For a 4-bedroom townhouse, the minimum you get is about 1.2 million USD. If you buy such kind of a house, then easily you'll be able to get, it will make sense for you in terms of capital appreciation. But if you only have a budget of about 350, then you can buy like in places like Jumeirah Village, Sapo, in Al Jan, in Al Fujan, in Dubai South. There's so many developers that are coming up with properties in that location. If you have a bigger budget, $450,000, $1.5-2 million, then the best would be MR Communities, Nakil, Miraz. And these are semi-government developers. They already know where the government is going, where the infrastructure is going. So it's good to go with them. So like Imar usually leads, and then all the other developers usually follow. So with them, you'll get good infrastructure, your property will appreciate. And what Imar does is that they just make sure your property, there's touristic attraction. You look at Dubai Hills, there's already the mall, there's the golf course, there's a very big park. So people want to go there and stay there. You look at place like Dubai Creek Harbour, which is the second downtown, there'll be a new tower coming up there. There will be the Dubai Square Mall that will be coming up there. There are many hotels, there are many schools there, there are hospitals. Like, it's a place whereby it will attract tourists for them to come there. For them to come there. So go with a developer that they build communities, and people want to be in communities. If you look at Dubai Hills, it's doing well because it's a community. Yes. Look at Dubai Marina, the master developer is Imar. They've done an amazing job.
Pretty much. Good.
Yeah.
Now we have 3 minutes. There's going to be personal questions that I'm going to ask to you this morning just before we step out of the studio.
Yeah.
What is the next step for you? I mean, for a lady who's changed career and found herself in Dubai, now chatting to international clients, is this going to be it? What is there next level to what you're doing currently?
So I love selling properties in Dubai. I love I love selling properties in Dubai. I think for the next few years I'll still be here selling properties. So mostly I'll go to the international. I'll travel to other countries, like talking to investors and all that. So I just think this is still going to be where I'll be based. Still going to be where I'll be based, and this is what I'll be doing.
You're saying that you feel home with what you're doing currently, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because see, Elijah, I'll just tell you something short. If I'm selling properties in Nairobi or anywhere in Africa, I have to verify the title deed is legit. I have to go to so many authorities to verify the title deed is legit. Do you know in Dubai, I never ever try, like when you get a title deed, in your mind, you're not worried that this title deed has like 10 other owners own this property. Like Dubai, it's very hard for you to be caught in your investment. Whatever you see is what you get.
That's it.
Yeah, so why do I need to go and hustle somewhere else? And I start thinking, this title deed, is it legit? Do I need to go to this office, like 1,000 offices, checking whether it's legit? No. And then plus, Dubai gives you opportunity. Like when you work in Dubai real estate, I don't think there's anywhere else that will be able to pay you the kind of money that you'll be able to get here. It's very hard It's very hard work. It's very competitive. But Dubai it's going to be one of the best cities in the world. It's competing with the likes of Hong Kong, London, wherever, New York, and other places. So this is one of the best cities to live in. It's one of the best careers in the world. So why would I want to change that? Yeah.
This morning. You know how they say, seasons and markets and the best time to buy and holding. Now we're going into Christmas. I mean, the whole world is coming to a close of 2026, and they're coming to Dubai to celebrate.
Exactly.
Is this the best time to buy, or hold on, because there's so many visitors here that might offset the prices, and buy next year, or this is the best time to buy?
I'll quickly answer you. So today is on that 20th of November.
Yes.
So between 20th of November and maybe 20th of December, this 1 month, it's gonna change the history. But this 1 month, it's gonna change the history of Dubai real estate. This is the highest season of Dubai. This is when people buy crazy amount of properties for a reason. Because the best launches are usually like reserved for this time. The best properties are going to be reserved for this time. And for people who are wondering whether it's the best time, Dubai, this is the best time for you to buy properties. Because all these properties that are being sold in the next like 5 or 6 years, when all these people come to Dubai, this is what you're going to be selling them. So the demand is already there. So long as you choose a good property, like you don't have to be worried. This is like the best time. Whether you're buying off-plan resale, something that will be ready in like 1.5 years time, whether you're buying a property for yourself, this is the best time. So long as you do your due diligence, get the best property, get the right property, and then that's it. I told you we sold this new community called Grand Polo Resorts. It was launched beginning of this year, maybe around April, and already so much has already been sold there. There's another community called Oasis by Imar. They launched like 1,200 villas. The minimum was like 30 million dirhams. 13 million dirhams to 25 million dirhams. And it was sold within like 1 week. All the villas were sold. You can imagine like the amount of money that goes into such a project.
Yes.
So I think this is the best time for someone to buy, so long as you buy the right property.
That's it, you hear. It's the best time to buy, so long as you buy the last property. Now take 15 seconds to respond to this question.
Okay.
For any other investor who's watching us this morning and wondering, maybe I want to go and buy through Doris. I've seen the reason as to why I would invest through you. Why would they talk to you first before talking to any other property agent? Or sorry, to any other property expert in Dubai?
One, because I know the market. I've been in Dubai for 11 years.
Yes.
I know the place. I know Dubai inside out. I know what what is in demand. The people that are usually buy properties through me, I usually get the very prime properties. I don't just sell your property. If I'm going to sell you a villa, I'll advise you like this is the best villa, because when it comes to resale, it's either near the swimming pool, it's near the park, the families will want to buy it. Like I give you practical advice, and I'm not going to push you. Like I give you the information and then you make a decision. There are so many agents out there. There are agents who just want to make commission. Me, I'm not out here to make commission. I'm here to get you a good property. And you call me 4 years, 3 years down the line and tell me, Doris, it's true, you gave me a good property, and you're able to refer to me, your friends and family and all that.
Oof. You heard her. She's speaking directly from Dubai, and she's saying that this is the best time for you to go in and get these properties. Doris, thank you very much for making time for us this morning. You've been quite invaluable to us.
You asked me whether it's the right time to buy. Buy before Dubai becomes the #1 city in the world. If it becomes the #1 city in the world, right now you buy properties. You buy properties for 2,500 dirham price per square foot. What's the price in Singapore? You buy for almost 4,500, 5,000 price per square foot. Comparing Dubai to Singapore, to Hong Kong, to other places, top cities in the world, the prices in Dubai are still very decent.
Yeah.
If you wait, by the time the government is planning day and night, the infrastructure, the people, like all these projects to make Dubai like the best in the world, the prices will keep going up. We are selling you 1 bedroom for 1.6. You will come maybe a few years from now, it will be 2.5, 3 million dirhams. This is the best time for you to buy. The prices have not become crazy yet.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to add. Doris, thank you very much for making time to speak to us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. Take her back online to the time that she joined us this morning online at Lookup TV across all your social media platforms. Guess what? Like we normally do, we'll be commenting once we get this online. So if you want to talk to her directly, you can actually get to talk to her directly, so that you can also get the proper lineup then into the Dubai market from wherever you are. I'll see you tomorrow for another conversation. Good morning and goodbye. My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiage.